and this is Shapeshifting Machines. So when we first invent a new kind of technology, it's really unintuitive because we don't understand it as a medium. But over time, we simplify it for human expression. So I can use ChatGPT by talking to it or typing to it, or draw a picture in TLDraw, and I can create real software. But software is not the only medium that this is true for. We started editing sound by changing the waves themselves, and now I can use Descript and edit a podcast as though it's a text document. And when I insert new words, it analyzes the existing audio and creates new audio based on those voices. Or I can use Playbox and get a visualization of the different instruments in my music track. What we're doing is we're simplifying how we're working with media by transforming it. Here, we're creating an image from some text, or converting text and an image into video. We can transcribe audio and turn it into text, or extract text from an image using OCR. We can create depth maps from images, and much more. So what I'm saying is the boundary between mediums are shrinking. So here I got a picture of a chimpanzee and a spider monkey, and I turned them into 3D models, and I'm moving them around the scene. Each representation is a way of looking at the underlying concept. There's a picture of a chimpanzee and a 3D model and a depth map and an audio track, and they're all pointing to this idea of a chimpanzee. But not every transformation is a perfect adaptation. I preferred the book. In order to do faithful transformations, we need to understand media, not at the pixel level or the word level, but at the concept level. We want to be able to think at this high level, but still remain creative control. So here, I'm able to make a scribble and create an image. What I've been doing is I've been building these prototypes to get an understanding of the landscape of what this looks like. I can relight an image by turning it into a 3D scene and moving light sources around and then collapsing it back down. I can adjust features in images. I can say I want more Golden Gate Bridge, or more cat, or more fisheye lens. Or I can morph between different paragraphs, and I can add concepts to text like fear or excitement or formalism. We can transfer the color palette from two different images. Or instead of using color palettes at all, we can get feature palettes. I can pull the armor from this character and drop it onto this one. We can have feature layers. So just like how you've got Photoshop and you can switch the layers, here you can actually say, I want this image to have more pollution or more development. We can even blend different pieces of media together. So this one in the middle is actually a mix between the features of the two images on the side. We can even combine media together from different media types. So I've combined the sound of a monkey and the image of an astronaut, and we have a video of an astronaut monkey. We can control the emotions of a character, or adjust their age and their femininity or masculinity. We can even extract out this purple goo and add an effect to it, like a wave, or use the depth map from an image and add fog to it, or add a glitch effect or cloaking to a character. And when it becomes simpler to control media, it becomes more alive. It becomes programmable. You can make living worlds in games. Here, I've got a fighting game, and when they lose health, they start to get bloodied and bruised. Or you could make music that adapts to your heart rate. Or even blogs that adapt to the level of understanding of the people who are reading it. And while I'm thinking about this, the thing that's in the back of my mind is, how does this change the way that we collaborate? If this is where we are today, where is all of this heading? This is what I'm going to find out. Thanks for listening to Shapeshifting Machines. I'm James Addison. You can find me on Twitter at Jungle Silicon. Thank you.
So what is your optimal future for this technology?
I want to have a world where it's easy to control media at a high level, but it's not restricting us in the way that we can create. So right now, there's so much media that, like with AI, you can talk to, you can prompt an image and have it generated in full, but it's very hard to then get that and split it into layers or like, you know, intervene and actually be part of that creative process. And so I want to break down these barriers and make it easier to, you know, like jump between these different levels of abstraction.
I actually have a controversial question. Do you think there are parts of art that we should never allow AI to encourage?
I think that I have, my opinion is pluralism here, right? I think there are people who will want to work in slow processes, and I think that there's a lot of value to doing that sort of thing. But I think that there's also room for being able to work with these more fast-paced, high-level mediums and then drill into them when you need to.
Great, thank you. Okay, let's give it a round of applause.